Let's now start off this bulletin by telling you about the UNSC meeting. The much-awaited United Nations Security Council meet on the coronavirus pandemic ended without any concrete outcome. All 15 members of the council attended the meeting via a video conference, and they were briefed on the UN's response to the crisis by Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. The UN chief called the pandemic the biggest threat ever faced by the organization since its founding, and highlighted the 8 specific ways in which the outbreak was threatening the social order. He touched upon the erosion of public institutions, the postponement of elections, and the economic downturn due to this outbreak. The Secretary-General reiterated his call for a global ceasefire in all conflict zones. Guterres also condemned the rise of stigma and hate speech and said that a signal of unity and resolve from the Council would count for a lot during these times. The UN chief warned that terror groups could possibly use this window of opportunity to mount attacks. He asked member states to be vigilant in this regard. All 5 permanent members of the Council responded positively to the call for a global ceasefire. They also welcomed the need for global cooperation, but there was no resolution at the end of the meeting. As expected, the US-China differences surfaced once again, with both sides making veiled attacks at each other. The US once again called for complete transparency and timely sharing of public data. Ambassador Kelly Craft said that the only way to contain the virus was to accurately analyze the origin and the characteristics of this virus. This is in line with America's stance that China has withheld vital data on the outbreak. China, on its part, said that to overcome this pandemic, scapegoating must be avoided and that all kinds of stigmatization and politicization must be rejected. This is a clear response to Trump's insistence on blaming China for the virus. Russia spoke on similar lines as China. It asked the member nations to reject prejudices, hatred and suspicions and extended complete support to the WHO, unlike the United States. But the most crucial Russian demand was for the lifting of all non-UN mandated sanctions. Interestingly, this applies to US sanctions on countries like Venezuela and, most importantly, Iran. And now for more on this, our correspondent Jagriti Dave gets us a report from Washington, D.C. Listen in.